بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ولن تجد له وليا مرشدا ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمدا عبد الله ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كلامه القديم بعد أن أقول أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم قل إن كنتم تحبون الله فاتبعوني يحببكم الله ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم والله غفور رحيم وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من أحب سنتي فقد أحبني ومن أحبني كان معي في الجنة أو كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم وقال الله سبحانه وتعالى في شأن حبيبه الأعظم تشريفا وتكريما إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. Everybody with yearning, reverence and respect, with love and connection, together we send prayers and peace upon the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Everybody together, as-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Rasulullah وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا حبيب الله الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نبي الله الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا رحمة للعالمين. علماء العظام مربون الكرام, brothers, children, elders, I greet you with the greeting of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today's gathering is to commemorate the life of Allama al-Shaykh Sufi Abdul Latif, famously known as Futuli Sahib Rahmatullahi alayhi. And his mission was, in a few words, very simple. His mission was to connect people with Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And what we have to do is carry on this mission and pass it to those who are coming to us afterwards. And the mission here is to attain love for Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he was in Medina al-Munawwara, when he migrated, Medina al-Munawwara was inhabited by the Jews, because they read in their scriptures that he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would migrate to that place. So they were awaiting him. So when he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam went to al-Madinah al-Munawwara, he invited the ahbab, the scholars of the Jews, to Islam. And one of them was Ka'b ibn al-Ashraf. He was on the same rank of Abdullah ibn Salam radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. He called him to Islam and he said to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, this religion you're calling me to, I already have this religion and I am beloved to Allah and Allah loves us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala responded to this claim through the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He said, say, O beloved, if you love Allah, then follow me. One is to claim that you love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And one is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala certifying His love for you. There's a difference between the two things. He said, if you love Allah, then follow me, and as a result, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will love you and forgive all your sins. So anybody claiming to love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and if it's devoid and detached from obedience and emulating the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not qualify that as love. So if somebody says, well, how do I know I love the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? The standard is very, very simple. The standard is very, very simple. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, whosoever loves my sunnah, he surely loves me. And whosoever loves me will be in paradise with me. Every single man of Allah, every single wali, every single shaykh, their distinguishing feature is they teach people to practice the sunnah and love the sunnah. So in effect, if somebody does you a favor and shows you an act of kindness in the world, it becomes incumbent upon you to thank him and show him gratitude. What do you think about a person who showed you kindness and granted you the love of the Prophet ﷺ and eternal success in the Akhirah? The men of Allah are such. They're not concerned about your work per se. They're concerned about your success in the Akhirah. And the likes of Allama Fultuli Sahib Qibla Rahmatullahi Alayhi is such. People came to him, they had no deen, they had no love, they had no practice. And through his tutelage, people took on the colors of the deen. And the Hadith al-Sharif states clearly, مَنْ لَمْ يَشْكُرْ لِلنَّاسِ لَمْ يَشْكُرْ لِلَّهِ. Whoever doesn't thank people for their favors, he can never thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's where it starts. So these men are instilling the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in you, which leads to eternal success. And those who bring you success, it's those people whose company you should keep. So the men of Allah, the awliya, are those you should seek out. And loving these men is an act of ibadah. Loving these men is an act of ibadah. Modern groups, they come and they're shy to talk about the love of the Prophet ﷺ. Let me mention a hadith to you, and you'll understand the importance of love, and you'll understand how the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala anhum understood love. Sayyidina Anas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he said, جاء رجل, and in another riwayah, أعرابي إلى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وسأله عن الساعة. A man came, a Bedouin man, he came to the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم and he asked him about the Day of Judgment. He said, متى الساعة? He said, Ya Rasulullah, when is the Day of Judgment? So the Prophet ﷺ responded, he said, وَمَاذَا أَعْدَدْتَ لَهَا? He didn't say to him, it's on so and so time and it's so and so date. Rather, he posed the real question. He said, what have you prepared for it? And the man was truthful. He said, لا شيء إلا أني أحب الله ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. He said, Ya Rasulullah, I have not prepared anything for the Day of Judgment, anything I consider significant, except I love Allah and His Messenger. So the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, وَمَا يَنْتِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ. He doesn't speak except it's the absolute truth. He said to the man, أَنْتَ مَعَ مَنْ أَحْبَبْتَ. He said, you shall be raised and you'll be taken to account with those whom you love. Sayyidina Anas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he said, مَا فَرِحْنَا بِشَيْءٍ فَرْحَنَا بِقَوْلِ النَّبِيِّ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ أَنْتَ مَعَ مَنْ أَحْبَبْتَ. Sayyidina Anas radiallahu ta'ala anhu said, we had no joy and no rejoice like the joy and the rejoice and the happiness when we heard the words of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that you shall be raised and you are with those whom you love. Because all the Sahaba, they loved the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Then he said, فَأَنَا أُحِبُّ النَّبِيَّ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ وَأَبَا بَكْرٍ وَعُمَرَ. At the veil of the hadith, at the end of the hadith, he says, as for me, I love the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and I love Abu Bakr, and I love Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhuma. وَأَرْجُو أَنْ أَكُونَ مَعَهُمْ بِحُبِّ إِيَّاهُمْ وَإِن لَّمْ أَعْمَلْ بِمِثْلِ أَعْمَالِهِمْ. And he said, I hope and I wish that I am raised and I am with them because I love them, even though I couldn't do the same works as they did. Mahabba remains a great aspect of Iman. Love. Loving the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And to love the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, you must love those who brought his message to us. Remember, the deen is built on three main pillars. If you abandon any one of those pillars, your deen remains deficient. In the famous hadith of Jibreel alayhi salam, when he came to meet the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he asked him a series of questions. He asked him about Islam. So the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam explained to him, it's the two testimonies of faith, establishing the prayer, paying zakat, fasting Ramadan, and performing hajj if one is able. Then he asked him about Iman. So the Prophet ﷺ explained to him, it's to believe in Allah and the last day and the angels and the books and the messengers and in fate. Then he asked him about Ihsan. And he said, أن تعبد الله كأنك تراه فإن لم تكن تراه فإنه يراك. He said, Ya Rasulullah, explain to me what spiritual excellence is. In other words, Sufism or Tasawwuf. And the Prophet ﷺ, he said, it is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as if you see him, and if you can't, he sees you. Jibreel alayhi salam, he asked about the Day of Judgment and its signs, and then he left. And the Rawi of the Hadith, Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he said, فَلَبِثْتُ مَلِيًّا. He said, I remained there for a while after Jibreel left. So the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he turned towards me and he said, Ya Umar, atadri man isa'i? Do you know who the questioner was? And he said, Allahu wa Rasuluhu a'lam. Allah and His Messenger know best. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, فَإِنَّهُ جِبْرِيلُ أَتَاكُمْ يُعَلِّمُكُمْ دِينَكُمْ. Verily it was Jibreel, he came to you to teach you your religion. If one of the pillars of those three mentioned in the hadith is missing, the deen is incomplete. The ulama of Aqidah, they preserved the aspect of Iman relating to the deen. The ulama of fiqh, the fuqaha, they preserved the legal aspects, the halal and haram, the ibadat in the deen. And the awliya, the men of Allah, they preserved and transmitted the ihsan portion of the deen. If any one of those is missing, the person's deen remains incomplete. From this aspect, Imam al-Ghazali, rahimahullah, he says something special in his Ihya Ulumuddin.